Hey guys, Crumb Material here. Today I'm going to start a series on this channel. I don't know how long it's going to take to complete. I'm going to call it The Road to Telos, and this is episode 1. Now, I thought for sure I've had Telos as my Reaper assignment for a long time. Right here. And I didn't really want to know how to go about killing him, taking him out. I didn't know really anything about it. And anyway, I thought I was going to march right in there, take him on, take him out. Well, it's not that simple. And it turns out there are a lot more things that you need to actually do as a part of actually getting to Telos that makes it more difficult in a sense to just like go there. You can't just go there to kick down the door or anything like that. It's similar to God Wars Dungeon 1, which we'll have to go to here in a minute for part of what's up next, where each general in God Wars Dungeon 2 inside the heart has one piece of each of the ancient shard that like unlocks a door in some tree inside God Wars Dungeon 2 where Telos is. But the difference is to get to next in God Wars Dungeon 1, you have to have the frozen key with you at all times, whereas in God Wars Dungeon 2, once that tree is unlocked, it's permanent. So I didn't know. I wanted to try to do things split up, maybe like one of the original bosses per video, but I didn't want to do that in conjunction with what I'm planning to do here soon because I didn't know how long it would take. So I'm just going to do the short mini quest that's the prelude to everything in the God Wars dungeon called Tales of the God Wars, or if we were saying it how it was meant to be said without all that mystery, why everybody in God Wars Dungeon 2 hates each other's guts. So anyway, all right, this is basically what this amounts to based on what research I've done. Is it amounts to basically killing 20 grot worms of each type that you go through when you do like the song, like, like Song of the Depths and things like that. And in the grot worm lair in QBD, as well as a Barrows run, a complete Barrows run, as well as a run of the Zamorak God Wars dungeon because we have to take out Krell to get part of the memories that we need. Okay. To gear up, you'd want to have everything you'd have for a Barrows run, everything you'd have for a Krill Zamorak run. If you've got the Shard of Zaros, use that. If you got the, that's why I started out in the Varak Lodestone, the quest point bank thing. If you've got Remora's necklace from Song from the Depths, that instantly teleports you to, I think it may be even the QBD lair. Bring that along as well. Bring the quickest way you can get to that you know of to get to the Barrows, which in this case for me, that's the Draken Medallion. If you don't have that, you can just go to the Hair of the Dog pub and there's a shortcut. You've got to go through Mortmire Swamp and it's fairly involved, but you can still get there. Or you can just walk on over from Burr to Rot. Anyway. But we actually have to start by going to the heart, which is, I've got the Desert Amulet 2, which allows you to teleport to Narda. Then you can just walk straight west, and here it is. That's the easier part. Otherwise, let's see. I don't really know. Here's the big, scary cavern. I don't really know what else you can use to really get here. Let's take a look at the world map. Okay, this is the desert, so bring any gear that you would need to resist desert heat. So enchanted water tiara, water skins, desert clothing. If you have the teleport to Narda, you should be able to make it with no problem. So like if you didn't have the amulet, you could go to Menephus. If you've done Jack of Trades, you could run. Or you could go to Sophanum and then run. Or you could go to, if you've done Desert Treasure, you could go to the Bandit Camp and run. You could teleport to the Slayers with the Slayer's Ring to Pol Nivniak here. I still don't know how to say that name. To Simona and run. To Al Kharid and take the carpets. If you've got the Ring of Charos from Garden of Tranquility, be sure to bring that as well. to cut down on the cost. If that's a concern, I mean, you don't want to pay extra gold if you don't have to. There's a lot of different ways to get here. So just whatever way you can get here, just make sure that you're able to get here. I think there's even a teleport outside the agility pyramid, even a fairy ring or some kind of other interesting teleport. Okay. So once we're there, we're in front of the curator here, this strange looking guy with his weird looking, I don't know. It's a weird looking, what is that? It's a strange desk that looked like it floats on its own. Man, I'd like to have a cool desk like that. Anyway, all right, so we talked to him. You need to have at least 4 inventory slots because he gives you 4 little chapter book things that you need to fill by doing certain tasks. So let's see. Fairy ring code DLQ, north of the agility pyramid. And run to the south. Okay, that's what the wiki says. Okay, so we talked to the curator. That sounds ominous. He likes to archive stories, he says. Oh, I also forgot that you need level 70 Constitution to get to the God Wars dungeon for the Zamorak encampment, which is why the 70 Constitution is here. Medium. I hope it won't be too much longer than snack time. Not sure. I was hoping this would only take 20 to 30 minutes, but I may be a little too optimistic. Where to begin? Cut to the end. I know what the factions are fighting over. They're fighting over where Telos is. There's like this source of anima mundi. It's like the life source of life force in the entire world of RuneScape, and they're fighting over control of it. So ink will materialize. So the book writes itself. That sounds creepy. Okay, so now that we've done that, I suppose, I don't know if this is true or not, but I think it would be, that we could take these adventures in any order we wish to. Okay, so this is, if you don't have a Tokuzo, it's the quickest access to a fairy ring. But if you have any other way to get to the fairy rings, that would be awesome. But the Tokuzo from the Elder Kiln is one of the better ones. All right. So in the Poison Waste, man, I hate going to the Poison Waste because it's really hard to get through. It was really hard to get through with at Plague's End to get access to Prif. Okay. But we want to make sure the Incandescent Wisp Divination spot south of the Poison Waste. Fairy ring code B. That was not very smart. Fairy ring code BKP. Whoop. And run west. I messed that up. You're not supposed to. You're supposed to right click and then you can just choose it however you'd rather. Oh right. I think this was from that one. Was it that one from the last Gnomish quest? I can't remember. And a rare tree, a teak tree out here, out in the middle of no place. I'm rather impressed. Oh, somebody's got an old deck coil and they're taking out, chompies. I didn't know you could hunt chompies here. Huh. Okay, so now we're looking for the greenish orbs here, these memory fragments. You want to grab onto every one of those. And I'm just going to end up doing it by hook or by crook because I don't know if there's really any rhyme or reason to this. There's 40 of them, or 20 of them, sorry. I can count, honest I can. So we're looking for the greenish ones. And it keeps track of him for you in the chat box, just in case you're like me and can't remember how many you need to get. As I recall, incandescent wisps are also fairly high level and worth a fair bit. I thought the energy was worth a fair bit of money, but I could be wrong on that. Okay, 13, 7 more. Oh, I see. There's like a bunch of them, so it's not necessarily where you need to find exactly 20 of them. It seems like they keep multiplying or something funny. Okay. We don't necessarily have to take it back to the curator right away. Whoa. That was an interesting. My dude lit up there for some reason or other. Okay. For chapter 2, we've got to use the book on the bearer's reward chest. Are these chapters numbered? They are. Okay, cool. What's really cool about the Draken's medallion is that you can charge it with congealed blood, so you're not limited to 10 charges. It was a really cool update. That was probably months ago now. All right, so then just get to the barrows by whatever way you can. And the wiki suggests that you actually do a full barrows run, because if you go there with nothing in it, the only thing that's probably going to be there, I'm speculating that the only thing that's going to be there is the memory that we need to have. So to do a full run, would be better, because then we get the stuff that's in the barrows chest as well as what would ordinarily be in there, which I'm assuming would just be the memory if we didn't do a full run. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. This is going to take a bit longer than I anticipated now, because I forgot that I also have Linza and oh man, I totally forgot about that. I'm going to have to get a switch, because there's that one guy, I can't remember his name. He's the priest at the end of one of those quests, and Sliske turned him into a white to like serve him forever, kind of a thing. And he does protection prayers. Akrase. That's his name. Akrase is in here in the same room as Virik. So when he changes, which he seems to change prayers way quicker than I remembered. All right. So that wasn't as bad as I thought. And Linza's here as well, because I completed the quest where Sliske, I can't remember the name of it. The name was escaping me. I also completed the quest where Sliske turned Linza into a white as well to serve him. Oh, this is the one. So this is the one with, I can't remember his name, but it's Aram. The only problem with Linza actually is that Linza has so many hit points. I was like, that's the only problem with it. If she didn't have 150,000 hit points, this would be a quicker run. So it's almost like she's almost like a mini boss as such. I think that's pretty interesting. I remember I recorded one of my first kills of Linza. Well, not of Linza, just like the first run where she was part of the Barrows, and it was just. I don't think I'll be able to upload it because my upload speed for this connection is terrible. But it took me so long because she had so many hit points. Of course, I'm using air spells, which is technically a no-no. Well, I mean, not that it's a no-no, but it's not advised because she's weak to fire spells. And fire spells, I mean, ostensibly work better for the purpose. It's like, I better figure out what the heck I'm doing or I'm going to end up Death's Office. I don't want to have that be a thing. Okay, so now that we know that Arum is the guy we're going to meet in the tunnels, we can just take out Kirill and the other dude. Yeah, Torag. So using magic, usually for most of the brothers, you can use magic. Because I think of the six brothers that it ends up, 6 or 7 that it ends up as with Linza and Akrasay, except for Kirill, I think most of, not all of them, are melee. And last but not least, Guthin. I forgot about Guthin. He's the one with the really cool set that when it procs, it heals you. I thought that was so awesome. I still do. I don't have his full set though. I think I was able to get the War Spear as a drop like one time out here. All right. So normally what I would do, well, I'm still going to do this. From the beginning, only one door is open, so you can just go through it. But I think the minimum that you need to get a nice drop from the Barrows chest inside here is 9 little creatures. Okay, so we can kind of pan around here to see. Oh, here we go. See, that door is not open. I don't know. Oh, this is the open door, so we're going to have to kind of go around. Well, not kind of go around. It'll be definitely go around, but... And what's interesting about the paths here is that each one is like random. Oh, I've got a rat trying to bite me in the ankle. I could use my Barrows amulets, but I don't know. Not that I'm lazy, because I guess it's the opposite of lazy, but I just forgot. I mean, and they're a finite resource, so it's not like I want to, not that it would be wasted. But I would want to, oh, okay, so we've got to go around still yet. Okay. We got to go way around, way around. Oh, an Arum right there. Huh. All right, we took him out with the door. And now he can also meet you in the crypt like that. Sometimes he'll meet you in the crypt or other on the way in the crypt room itself, or sometimes on the way. Okay, so down. This is the only thing I also hate about this, is that you can get attacked while you're trying to solve the puzzle, and then it resets itself. Okay, so down, left, up, So the point is facing out, the point is facing in, the point is facing out, the point is facing in. Whew, okay. Sometimes I get those wrong, and then the whole thing shifts around and you have to do it again. Okay, so now I've got to use the second book. Whoops, I did that wrong. On this. Successfully filled the chapter. Yay! And that's strange knowledge, or whatever that's supposed to be. And we can quick loot. Then you take any way you can to get the heck out of there. Oh, right. I brought that with me. I was like, hey, it's like, no, that can't drop that. And we got some coins, some blood runes, and some chaos runes. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. Now for the third chapter. Oh, right. We've got to do the God Wars dungeon run now. To the Zamorak dungeon. If you've done the Mighty Fall quest, you can do the God Wars dungeon teleport. But if you haven't, you can just do teleport to Trollheim, which is actually a strange thing because I actually think it should more accurately be teleport to Edgar's house because it doesn't teleport you to Trollheim directly. It's like right outside of Edgar's hut. And so anyway, you could do it however you'd like to do things. If you want to go to just where the other things are, it looks like there are a bunch of followers of Zamorak here, like werewolves and hellhounds and blood velds and like that. So you can just take them out wherever. I forgot about salvage. I should have brought my what do you call that? The special box that disassembles salvage, the spring cleaner. Yeah, some reason I'm forgetting my technical terms today. For some reason or other. Oops. Goblin mail. We can disassemble that, can we? Cool. And wolf bones. Most of this is kind of junky. Oh, Goblin is a Bandosian. We don't really want to bother him very much. Okay. Yeah, the ogres and goblins are Bandosians. So, I mean, you can, if you want to stay out in the common area here and get kill count for everyone, you can do that. I mean, it's allowed, even encouraged. Since Krill is a melee fella, you probably want to bring mage. And I don't want this to take forever. This is ridiculous. Mithril salvage, nice. Okay. If you want to really kind of speed things up, there are imps here and there. Imps are like one hit. And they still count as a Zamarakian thing or follower, so they're easier to take care of as such. So then we just get count. Okay, we're about halfway there. Also, depending on your Slayer level, I had to keep track of this when I was with Armadillo in the Armadillo encampment. You have to be careful of what you try to take out based on your Slayer level, because some of these creatures in here have higher Slayer levels than others, like the spiritual mages. have a higher level than the spiritual warriors do. Oh, a black bead. I wonder if those still sell for money. I think they might. Okay, 22. And some GP. Okay. 25. What I should do is turn on the AoEs, but I didn't know if that would make it so that I would waste a bunch of food. Although, oh, are they weakening me or what are they trying to do? This is much better. I don't know why I didn't think, well, I don't know how much food I'm going to have to take to krill. That's also why I perked this armor with venom blood, because krill poisons. War Priest of Zamorak gauntlets. Yeah, that would have been slick to have actually grabbed those instead of just ignoring them. Okay, after these guys kick the bucket, we'll have our 40 kill count. So, open the big door. Should I wait for the adrenaline to wear off? Well, it already did, so I guess that's kind of a moot point. All right, then you get your 40 kills, go through the door. Weak to fire spells, weak to range, weak to stab. Huh. Well, okay. Since it's only him, and I only need to get him, it doesn't really matter. I like, for some strange reason, I think it's interesting, like how he insults his crew. I just, for some strange reason, I think it's weird. Okay. He's almost had it. Of course, almost so have I. Well, maybe not. I'm still kicking. Okay, we've got grimy lantas and more demonic ashes. Oh, I forgot. They're all demons, so they're going to drop those things. Gone already. Well, I guess we're missing one. Now we just poured out. All right. So next is to take out 20 grot worms of any type, basically. So let's, well, not of any type. I should say 20 of each type. Yeah. Because that's actually accurate. All right, so I think they're weak to ranged, but I'm going to try a different way just to see if it makes any difference, because I haven't really tried it with anything else but ranged. So I want to see. Right, so this is the bottom floor where all the toughy grot worms are. Okay, so this can be done with magic. It's just not that it's not advisable. It seems to be doing pretty good, but they're weak to ranged. Ordinarily, I would bring shadow glaives or something like that. Oh no, is somebody else here? Oh man, I think somebody else is here. Okay. Well, I just want to. I can just stay on this side. That's fine. As I recall, I didn't really appreciate these drops that very much, although the salvage is looking pretty nice right now. Okay, so 16 more. Oh man. Yeah, stone spirits. I'm just going to leave those alone. Adding salvage, if I would have had my spring cleaner along, they would have probably destroyed that anyway. Oh, double shark drop. That's one thing about grotworms I do like. The double shark drops are extraordinarily nice if you need to get some food. They also have like I think 1 or 2 dose super restore potions, and I think maybe even Sarah Brews. Oh, whoever it was must have left. Okay, we need 10 more. Oh dear. Foulstock seeds. Also, one of the important things, well, not important, if I get to the point in some point further in this series where I actually have to go inside the God Wars dungeon, uh, if you're going to get count and stuff like that, one of the really important things I think that really is going to speed this up is Corruption Blast, because it infects other creatures that are close together with like poison. And when that goes off and infects the others and like gets them to expire quicker, so to speak. Okay, we got 4 more of the big ones. Then I think we got to go up, somehow go up a floor. That's probably up here in the corner is where I probably have to go. Yeah, super restores. Good for things like, oh, wait a minute. I forgot. I got my prayer got dream when I went to the Zamorak encampment. I don't know. I can't remember if these restore prayer points or just stats. No, it's prayer. Okay, cool. I forgot about that. It's the little things sometimes. There we go. So 2 more. Okay, so this one and that one. Yeah, if it's weak to range, it's probably more of a magical creature, so magic probably wouldn't do as well on it. Which is possibly why range is suggested, but depending on your weapon, sometimes whatever you'd prefer, you can probably use whatever weapon you'd like unless it's otherwise mentioned. Okay, so on to the young ones. I don't even think the loot from these is worth picking up. Yeah, bronze javelins, no. Hey, there's a nature rune. Okay, well, nature runes are worth picking up. I take that back. Okay, so I went the young grot worms, mature grot worms, and then we got to get whatever ones are in the midst of those two ones. Coral bolt. It's been so long since I had been down here. I think the last time, well, I would kind of wander down here sometimes, but there most of the time, I think I wasn't down here very much at all, except for when I had done Song from the Depths, where they have you come down here. Okay, so one more. All right, 20 out of 20. Whoops, I'm going the wrong way. I think I'm actually going out of the cavern going that way. Or maybe no, I got that wrong. This cavern runs from east to west, and you come in on the east side. So to get deeper into the cavern, I would have to actually go this way. Yeah, here we go. These are the medium ones. Oh, it just says grotworm, but they're medium. They're weak to range too. Yeah, so just to talk about my plans for this series, I don't really, other than actually trying to study what each general is like because I've never killed them before. The thing that I need, the piece of that shard or tree or whatever it's called, is a guaranteed drop from each God Wars Dungeon 2 general. So I would only have to kill Vindicta and Gorvik, Sliske, or the Sliske's general Grigorovic, and Hellweir and the Twin Furies once each in order to get the things I need to get the tree thing to open up, and so I can go in. So, okay, 6 out of 20, so we're almost halfway. These, I think it's harder on the mediums because of the fact that there seem to be both to be more spread out, and there also seems to be more obstructions that it seems like I got to run around maybe. Or maybe it's just my character is getting weak in his old age and can't reach or something. Royal bolts. Those are tradable. Royal bolts for the royal crossbow. I actually don't have one of those. I think it was bad enough trying to get to stage 4 of the fight with the Queen Black Dragon without having to worry about waving that waving that disassembled crossbow, the crossbow parts, so that she could, when she does that hot flame attack, that would fuse it together. I didn't want to have to worry about that. That was terrible. I did a terrible job. Mahogany logs. I did a terrible job on one of my first fights against her, and it was. I'm terrible at PVM in general, which is also why I want to get better at it. Because there's a couple different ways to make money in this game, and PVM is one of them, except for, well, there's merching. And if you want to craft stuff that other people want to buy, like for instance, let's see, rainbow fish. Oh, two more. It's like a maze down here, man. Whoop. Ah, there we go. Okay, so two more of these. I think it's actually kind of strange and interesting in that they drop three bass at a time and two rainbow fish at a time. I mean, usually multiple drops of a certain item, usually not a food item, is kind of rare. You've successfully filled the chapter. Take it back to the curator. Whoop, that strange thing where I'm glowing again. Uh, I'll just I'll just eat it. This is all rune salvage. Okay, so let's see. Based on that, we got the memory fragments, got the Barrows thing, got Krill, and got the other. Okay, so we just returned to the heart. Apparently, there's 5 chapters to this, but you can't get to it unless you actually fill up the other 4, and then we have to go back to that floating desk and read it, which is to give us the information to the 5th chapter. I'm just gonna put all this salvage junk in the bank. Well, I mean, not junk, but you know what I mean. Stuff. All right. Well, that was it. It took a little bit longer than I expected. I mean, but I was jabbering, which I mean probably added some time. And there were teleports, and I did forget the melee switch for accuracy, which took up some time. So it was probably about 10 minutes longer than I anticipated. Okay, so we got to go over here. We got to read it. Whoop. I actually have to read it and then say I need to add stuff. Add in the last remaining chapter, you've completed the tale, unlocking one final memory. Okay. Read the tome again and select the final memory and watch the cutscene. Final memory. Here we go. How recently? Okay. Yeah, so basically what happened was Grigorovic was terminally ill, and he captured some elves and tortured them basically to death so that he could learn why they lived so long. When that failed, he went to Sliske showed up, aka you can read as the devil, and decided to give him immortality. But the catch was Grigorovic has to kill other things in order for his immortality to be maintained. So he has to keep taking other people's essence to try to keep going. The Uljanka is a Vindicta over this way. Yeah, he's a rather strange duck. uh, he's also Sliskey's general here too. Okay. According to the wiki, that's all you have to actually read up on. Oh, we unlock some new music, and then we'll talk to the curator again. Yeah. You must leave now. Oh, man. That's too bad. All right. You're welcome. So that was Tales of the God Wars. Magic Lamp, 30k attack, strength, defense. Okay, so it's like a combat lamp? Defense, const ranged, magic prayer, summoning, Slayer or Div. I think even though Slayer is an easy skill to raise, or easier, I would probably pick Slayer. I don't know. Uh, at least level 50. 25 free trips to the heart, which also I think unlocks the ability to use the teleport tablets. And also, if you have a Mahogany Eagle lectern in your house, to actually make them. And an Anima Crystal, which is like a free increase for XP for one of the factions, whichever one you'd like. And that's it. Let's see. Oh, let's see. Yeah, let's do Slayer. I mean, 30k XP is nice. This is the Anima Crystal. I think I also have another one of these from some other thing that I had done. And I can't remember. Oh, we got to go down there. Grigorovik's chosen, Hellweir's chosen, Vindictus chosen, Fury's chosen. This looks like the lobby area as such. All right, so who do we want to have reputation with? It like increases drops and such. Also, if you've completed Children of Ma, if you wear the Shard of Ma down here, it does the same thing here that the Zaro Shard does in God Wars Dungeon 1, of a similar thing to protecting you, and also makes it so this multiplier is 400% all the time. It's pretty cool. Okay, so Hellweir, Greg, the Furies, Dicta. Let's do... gain 500 reputation with Zaros. Okay, because I wasn't sure how much it would give me. I've unlocked an increased chance for gain rare item drops, it says. Can now summon more powerful followers of Zaros. Oh dear. Yeah. All right. So that was the Tales of the God Wars mini quest. I'm pretty sure that I would want to do to try to fight Sliske next. I'm only saying that because I realize that he's extremely powerful and extremely difficult, and I think that if I could take him out once to get the that special thing that he has to unlock that tree in the middle of the battlefield, that it would be much easier to fight the other ones as well. So anyway, I appreciate you guys hanging out. Uh, be sure to subscribe if you like content like this, and also to like and make sure to also, I'm trying to think, to tell YouTube if you want to see more content like this, to ring the bell and hit the subscription button as well, to flip that switch, twist that dial, whatever you got to do to tell YouTube that. Keep going with your RuneScape journey and your life journey too, and we will see you guys in the next video. Have a great rest of your day, all right? Bye-bye.